What's up, Fredy?
Nothing much. How about you?
Nothing much?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
So it was a pretty eventful week.
Yeah.
So I saw on Instagram, TikTok, Kamala
Everywhere.
Harris
Yeah.
jamming out. She's all over my YouTube. Every video I
She's
watch, no
everywhere.
matter what the context is, she has her
She has
political
ads
ads
everywhere.
everywhere. And I'm like, who is filming this? Like, they're probably making so much money. Why can't we do that? Because it's so simple. It's one camera, a light, banging out. I don't even think she's got a microphone on.
Yeah, it's crazy. Her ads are everywhere. Everyone's talking about her.
And I'm not seeing like Trump stuff. I seen like this pretty hardcore ad where people are like, "Oh, this is it for Kamala." It was like kind of one of those ads like, "Oh, do you like this? Well, Kamala does this and Trump doesn't."
Yeah.
Or like he did this and something like that. So also too at one of the
It's
campaigns,
DNC I think.
yeah, she had
Meghan Thee
Stallion
Stallion.
up there performing. She said you had Quavo
She had Quavo. She said
quoting lines.
quoting a line from Quavo as well.
So backing Kamala, we have Quavo and Megan, and backing Trump, we got Jake Paul, Logan, and Lil Pump.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was so like I haven't
Random.
seen Lil Pump in forever, and all of a sudden I see him now supporting Trump.
Yeah. I saw people posting saying like if like once people say that Lil Pump's opinion is valid, then you know something is wrong or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't even know, like, all I remember is Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. I can't even
Yeah,
say it.
and
Gucci Gang.
I mean that song I don't even know how it got famous.
Yeah, so.
And then people on the internet are like clowning uh Kamala because of Megan Thee Stallion. She's like, oh, she's twerking for votes, and I just thought it was funny. But
It is like it's fun to see like when it comes to like the celebrities that back whomever.
yeah, I mean I think it's cool that they're open to who they want to vote for, but I think at the same time it's a little bit like weird that they have like an open concert kind of. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like Megan basically had like she was singing and dancing to whatever music, and then I just think it's like I don't know, like more professional, I guess. It's an election. This isn't like
people like entertainment.
no, but this isn't like
Isn't it-
entertainment. This is
Well,
like
I guess
more.
like well, you have concerts at the White House. Like during big events, they have concerts. They always have the Super Bowl champions, the winner, like Super Bowl, World Series, whatever. Always go to the White House, take a pic with the president.
I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
it's cool. Cool to know.
So it's coming down to crunch time, kind of. I mean, we still have time, but we're in August, so there's not much time for Trump to say whatever left he has, Kamala, whatever she can get going.
Yeah.
She just added in.
Yeah,
But
no,
to
it's
be honest,
weird.
she was running
It's weird
probably
because
for Joe.
it's weird because the people that are like voting, they're people that are either in love with Trump, love what he's doing, or people that don't want to vote for Trump and just want to vote for
Yeah,
just want to vote for the other person,
I feel like
or
even
people don't want to vote at all.
that was like that for since last election.
Yeah, because I don't know. I guess we want someone that's like that's young and has a fresh mind on things, and like maybe the older generation don't understand what the younger generation is going through. And I'm not saying like young, like 20, but like maybe 30, 40s. And I don't know. It's always like older people that are handling everything, I guess.
I always find it crazy too. Like I always say this, like there's a minimum age to run, but there's no maximum age.
Yeah, that's
Which makes no
definitely
sense.
definitely a valid point.
It's like was it 35, 36?
Yeah.
I have to be to run, and I could be 100 years old to still run.
It's crazy, yeah.
So moving on from politics, I said last week no more politics, but this is also very controversial.
Politics?
No, this next segment
Oh, okay.
is Cody Ko.
Yes.
Do you know Cody Ko?
Yes, you mentioned me to him before.
You mentioned me to him.
You mentioned him to me before.
I never really watched him, but he's been on the internet for. I think he came from Vine, I believe.
Yeah, I never really watched him as well, to be honest.
But just like, I know I've seen other podcasts that said the same exact thing. He's a type of guy where you'd be safe, like to have your kids around and like your whole family, your brothers, your sisters.
Like he just seems that way, like his personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he did something to Miss Tana Mongeau when
What
she
did
was
he do?
underage. You know what he did. He did the unthinkable.
Did the deed.
Did the deed with Tana Mongeau, who was 17. He was 25 at the time.
And he knew she was 17.
And he knew Gabby Hanna. Remember Gabby Hanna?
Yeah.
So Gabby Hanna was like, yo, Cody, Tana's 17. And he was kind of like, okay, cool. And then just went with it.
Yeah. Crazy.
So, just like even, because some people.
That's a wide age gap too to be like.
I was gonna say too, like.
You can be friends with anyone, but that's a wide age gap to be like friends.
It's not even on the border. Like at the end of the day, 17 is 17. You're a minor.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter if you're 18, 19.
And
you're still a minor.
It's different. Like if you're 25 and you're talking to like a 35-year-old,
that's
different. Like different than 17 to 25.
25 because you're out of college at 25.
Yeah.
17, you're going into college.
Yeah. You just
graduated. It's just gross.
Yeah.
And it's so all this news and stuff, he's kind of been radio silent, and now his wife, who just had a baby, is now getting flooded with comments, be like, yo, your husband needs to, like, step up, say something. So it's like, they just got married, like, within the last couple years.
Yeah.
They just had a baby, and now you're hit with this big scandal. Like, I don't know if it came out yet or it was addressed, if his wife even knew the situation happened. Because if I was her, I'm taking this microphone and doing the unthinkable to that man.
Weird.
Why is that weird?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. No, but
17-year-old child, like you put your body on. I am.
No. You're not weird for that. I was just thinking of something.
Something's happening.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no. Like I feel bad for her in terms of like people spamming her, because it's not her. Like I know it's her husband, but it's not her. Like
no, she didn't do anything.
Yeah, she just
Even too, like say like, oh, you're standing with your husband. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's her husband. That's her own opinion, what she decides to do. But she needs to, it's their personal stuff. But, I'm pretty sure she's not going to let it just slide. It's a very serious situation.
Yeah, definitely one of those things where we need to have a conversation and they talk about it.
Well, it was.
Whatever it was.
The R word.
Oh, it was?
What do you mean it was? She's a minor.
No,
consensual or not, that's the R word.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know.
A minor, you cannot.
Yeah, no, I mean I know you can't, but I didn't know it was like technically like considered the the R word.
17, you're not given the that's not the consent.
Okay.
Can't give consent. So, he is an R wordist, and just hiding from his situation. So.
How old is his wife? Is his wife also like the age gap?
They're in the same age. I don't remember how old Cody is, but they're still pretty young.
Cool.
But because Tana is a year older than us, so
yeah, that's definitely
about 9 years past. So he's in his 30s.
That's definitely like weird for him to have done that.
Yeah, not 9 years. How old are we?
I'm 24. You're 25.
We're the same age, bro.
No, we're not.
Okay.
I'm younger.
But
more spiffy.
All right, you want to go on to the next topic? Let you lead this way of another scandal in the fighting world.
Oh, okay.
Was it wrestling, boxing?
Boxing, yes. Okay. So the Olympics, they have a boxing segment, whatever, and there's basically. I woke up one morning and I saw on Twitter or X. Transgender just beat up a woman in Olympic boxing. My Twitter blew up. Everyone is saying like this should not be like allowed. This is very scummy of the transgender person. Can't believe the Olympics allowed this. The female that lost, she's Italian, and she said it was the hardest hitting punching she felt in her life. She got hit twice in the face, and she quit after I believe 40 seconds. And it was, I was like, oh my God, I obviously don't think a transgender person, a man, should be fighting a woman because obviously men have the advantage in physical capabilities. That's just how it is naturally. and boxing is like very serious. Combat sports is very serious. You take years off your life. You know, you can possibly die in there.
Mhm.
So it's more than just like, oh, a sport. It's just like next level. On top of that, she's lost in the Olympics.
Well,
So
any
like,
like sport at that caliber is very dangerous to have. You know,
yeah,
lower level athletes fighting
yeah. No,
stronger
I
athletes.
just meant like, cause like running, for example, you just lose. It's not like you're getting hurt. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like, uh, but yeah, it was just very like everyone, Logan Paul, Jake Paul,
Had said something.
Mike Tyson, like everyone said something about it. And then what I found out, I did more research into it because you know news spread like wildfire.
Also, too, like you wouldn't think the Olympics,
Would allow
looks
that.
into everything. Like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
because that's like serious, extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
And I looked more research into it, and she has some weird disease. I forgot what it's called. I think like Swire something.
Swire or something. I don't know how to pronounce
Swire
it.
disease or something.
Where the person has both, has XY chromosomes, but they're female.
Yeah, so XY chromosomes normally are just male, but she got banned from like the world championship or something like that because she had XY chromosomes, and what really happened is she's actually a female.
She
Like,
is
she
a
was
female.
born
Yeah.
a female, so it's like I mean, it's complicated with the situation, and I'm sure she has like more. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure I read online that she has more testosterone than like the average female.
Yeah. Well, didn't
And
you say that she had tweeted out something or sent out a message that she is transgender? Like she herself says she's transgendered?
no,
Or no?
no.
No. She says she's
I
female.
think she said she's not transgender. I think
Oh,
that's what
okay.
she said.
Okay.
But yeah. I mean, it goes both ways. Like, for the girl that lost, it must feel horrible. You know, thinking you're fighting a transgender, fighting this person, and for the person that won, she also, by the way, looks like manly. So like it's like like if you told me she's transgender, just from looking at her, you can be like, oh, okay, yeah.
Where did it come from that she was transgender then? Like who started that?
I don't know. It just popped up online, and then everyone ran with it basically. But she looks manly. She has XY chromosomes. It's obviously like, it's like the perfect recipe to like kind of like.
Well, I seen pictures of her, like she didn't seem like physically like her arms,
Built.
for example, like that much stronger than the other girl.
But if it feels.
I know it probably feels a lot harder.
No. I mean, I'm sorry.
But physically there didn't seem to be an advantage. I would say like that.
Well, no, like it's not about like how it looks. You know what I mean? How something looks.
But say like
I told you, power is like talent.
Yeah, I
like
get
some
that.
People
Like
are just born with it.
If I'm walking into a fight and I don't know who I'm fighting, and I see this woman who's shredded, and like say I'm just like regularly built, like I'm toned and stuff, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, like I can't fight this person.
No, it's not. It's not about muscle. Tank, Gervonta Davis.
Well, I'm saying I understand that, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying like physically, because she's like, oh, she's transgendered, she's a male. You think physically there would be somewhat an advantage.
Look, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the girl that won, it must feel harder on her end because she's probably getting bombarded with hate and like she's probably like we can call it like, oh, you shouldn't be boxing, all this stuff. Like I can't even imagine. But again, it's very like it's very complicated. You know what I mean? I feel like it is very complicated because when it comes to like sports like that, like you don't want to mix.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the Olympics does their research. I'm pretty sure like to that advantage, like to that extent. I mean, like they're gonna figure that out because you're at the Olympics.
It's the highest level.
Sports, like they're not gonna mess around with that and jeopardize their image,
especially like
over
boxing
something like that.
But the Olympics are like, I think this Olympics are like considered like the worst Olympics. Everyone's saying because, first of all, the opening, like there was a lot of controversy with that. This boxing thing now, even though like it's kind of like misinformation a little bit, like everyone's kind of like going with it, and it's like some people have done their research, but like the damage is already done, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just I was telling you, like I don't understand the. Do you know the Italian girl? What her name is?
No.
Oh, but I don't understand like why she's, like I said, like her side of it, like why she's crying, why she quit, like, oh, like this is unfair, it's the hardest punch I've ever felt. Like I was telling you, like I've never done it, but I could potentially punch harder than you, and I'm a female. Like, it has nothing to do with man, female. Like, you don't know. Like, that's why you train and you fight to be your best ability. I don't think it ended up being just because she has the male chromosome that she punched harder. I can't just assess that to that reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, I think obviously like a girl, like a guy a guy versus a girl in a fight, a guy always has the advantage. There's no like the guy should beat the girl, but like that's not like
you don't know.
Yeah, it's not like 100% like the girl is gonna lose. You know what I mean? But like for example, if there's a high level guy boxer, high level girl boxer, the guy's gonna like destroy the girl.
Yeah, but like from my understanding, what she said is that she never felt a punch harder that was so unfair.
Yeah.
But it's like you can't just pinpoint that.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, and maybe she like thought or she heard about the controversy with her X and Y chromosome. She thought she was a transgender, and maybe like it was all mental. But to be honest, like I said, power is like talent. Like whether you're gonna hit hard, you know, like you could look like the most scrawniest guy and you could hit like a truck. And like maybe this is just like one of the girls or one of the people she ever fought that like had that much power. You know what I mean? Like for example, like Ryan Garcia, he's thin, but he's like he like just, if you see the knockouts he does with Gervonta Davis or you know they're not like you're just born with that. You know, obviously you can train accuracy, speed, and like hand-eye coordination, all that. But like what you're born with is what you're born with. You know what I mean? And
sorry, in this fight, were they aware of who their opponent was going into it?
I believe so because they're saying the woman who won is fighting again this Saturday against another person. They named the person, I forgot who, but
I was gonna like say too, like you don't like do like any research, like watch like past fights of your opponents. Like, I mean, why is this just like kind of thought of now? Like, oh, they had this disease. Like this could potentially be like a shifted contest.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not sure how it works, but people were saying you could like deny opponents in the Olympics. I don't think that's how it works, but like people were saying like, oh, if you don't feel comfortable, you could keep denying her, and then she won't be able to fight. But I mean, I don't think that's how it works. Like,
if I'm in a fight and I know this person has a physical advantage, I'm gonna kind of bulk up on something else to like, you know what I mean, train something else that can help me against that advantage. Do you know what I mean?
You mean like study their film? That's what it's called, studying their like.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say like, just like watching or like even hearing from interviews, like, oh, that person really like they punch hard. Like,
yeah, you're gonna.
I'm gonna listen to that and be like, say I'm lacking in power, maybe I can just be quicker and get to them faster. You know what I mean? Like I would just, especially in the Olympics, you gotta do your research. You want to be the best fighter.
Plus, I'm not sure how it works because like in like professional boxing there's obviously a lot of film. Like for example, Canelo, he has like 50 fights on film. You can probably more.
Well, in any sport, like that's why like football, baseball, they always watch film on opposing.
Yeah, but like like I'm not sure like where like if they have film of her. Like I'm not like you know what I mean. Like I'm not very sure on that.
I'm sure
maybe there's something. You know what I mean?
If she's an Olympic fighter, I'm sure she's had a lot of fights that you know she's to be in the Olympics. You're a very very obviously good athlete. So, I don't know. So.
There's something else that happened in the Olympics. Maybe you wanna lead it off.
What?
The Turkish man.
Oh, I didn't have that on my list, but I guess we'll add it in.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
But so I actually was telling my brother this yesterday. I was like, did you see like the gun part of the Olympics? He's like, yeah. They look so stupid.
That looks so funny because like in like there's a game called Valorant where like they have all these gadgets in their head and they're like these guys look like
they look like
those
like
characters.
Spies.
Yeah, like characters from a video game.
But I was like surprised. Like the clips that I saw were like younger looking like Asian women. I'm like, what are they doing out here pulling out guns? Like, what made them interested in this?
They look badass though.
I know,
I'm not gonna lie. They look bad. And like there's like a guy doing like a
it was like there was like
he's doing like a pose like with his, he's like curving his back. It was crazy.
It was like big guns, pistols, and there was like boom, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, and
like
then
how'd they get into this?
And then you're like, what the? Like they're wearing goggles, they were like zooming in.
Yeah, well, that was like a binoculars kind of. Like, what was that?
I don't even know, to be honest. But out of nowhere, this guy from Turkey.
Okay.
I think it's Turkey. Pulled up. He's wearing a regular T-shirt.
Okay.
one hand in pocket, no gadgets,
Mm-hmm.
aim the bullet,
Bang.
silver medal.
Silver? Who won gold?
I don't know, but no one's talking about them because they're talking about this guy that doesn't have gadgets.
Yeah.
He literally looked like someone they just grabbed off the street and they're like, yo.
Step in for us. Maybe he's like an assassin.
You. That's what everyone's saying. They're like, he's like secretly an assassin.
Yeah, that's
and
funny.
then like he's going viral. People are photoshopping his face on like video games. So,
Oh,
like
really?
with
I
the
see
gun. Yeah, saying like I can't wait.
There's a lot going viral. Like you just see like my friend Steve, the gymnast that basically helped USA win the gymnast bronze, I believe.
I didn't see that.
What's that? Why did I forget what it's called? Like the thing, like the gymnastics thing where you like spin on.
Yeah, with your hand. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm like, that looks really hard.
I thought I think gymnastics is so cool just because like I watched like a video on it and like
gymnastics is really hard.
And like girls and guys have like different like obviously abilities. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean guys are normally stronger and girls are more flexible. Like I feel like on average. So like they have different like for example if a girl tried to do a guy's thing they wouldn't like it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And if a guy tries to do a girl thing they can't because they're not as flexible. I thought that was really cool. You know what I mean?
Gymnastics is crazy. So.
Because girls be doing some crazy stuff too, like crazy balancing
stuff.
thing. I'm like I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I did.
I fall down just walking.
Horrible.
I like trip. I like I trip walking up the stairs today.
Oh yeah, you trip every day. So the Olympics still happening. How much longer is left?
I have no idea.
Was it 2 weeks in total? I think something like that. I don't know.
No idea.
But on to our next topic is the love of my life, Justin Bieber.
Okay.
He's having a child soon. But there's still trouble in paradise, apparently, allegedly, from sources between him and Hailey. So prior to like the pregnancy announcement, there were some people saying like, they're headed toward divorce and all this stuff. Yeah. You can just tell Justin just doesn't look happy. He's going through another mental health struggle as he did in the past. He's like kind of losing himself again and but one day on Instagram he announces she's pregnant, they renewed their vows, and everything's happy. Now it's come out that Justin is kind of struggling again with his mental health, his bills. He's going a little broke, allegedly. I don't know. I can't imagine him going broke. The guy's a 100 millionaire.
Yeah.
But going back to the vows thing, apparently a source had said that Hailey was only going to renew the vows if Justin bought her a new ring. He didn't want to. He was like, hey Hailey, like, what's wrong with your original ring? $600,000. I want a new one. $1.5 million second wedding ring, and she wears both of them.
Yeah, that's insane.
To have that as public news, like she's got two.
She wears on the same finger. How does that work? Like,
yeah, it's like it
must feel like clunky.
You have like a wedding band. You have the engagement ring like women wear. So she's got $2 million on her left hand.
Yeah.
All it takes is
someone to just
let me just grab you. Boom,
yeah.
$2 million gone. And he also performed that show for the
people,
Indian couple's wedding.
And they paid him
pocketed
like a lot.
in $10 million. But she's apparently spending a lot of his money. Like, I saw a private jet she would take just to see this one woman for her nails.
For her nails.
Trips, apparently I think $10 million on the baby's nursery.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like,
I don't even like.
What do
you
dripped out in diamonds?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can spend money on infinite things, and I'm sure there's expensive and designer brands of every little thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if that's true, I don't know, because he has so much money. Like he would really have to mess up or just splurge to even like get rid of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if she is manipulating him like that or like forcing him to do that type of stuff and buy new rings and stuff, then that's, I mean, honestly, I think when you renew a vow, you should buy a new ring. Maybe not as expensive.
But it's almost $1 million more than her original ring. And her other $600,000 on a ring already is an absurd amount of money.
It's already a lot. But Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy if that's true. That she's manipulating him to spend all this money and like kind of forcing him to be like, do it or I'm gonna be mad at you and we're not. It's not gonna work out. Then that's like really like toxic and messed up to be around. I wouldn't want to be around that.
No, it's. I just hope like, the baby lives a happy life.
Yeah.
There's no drama with the baby and stuff. They can work their stuff out.
Yeah.
Because since like day one, obviously there's been drama because she was kind of the side chick to him all those years with Selena and everything, and then one day he decided to propose to her. But I hope that they're happy. I don't want like any negative energy toward them. I'm always gonna be a
Bieber.
Selena lover.
A believer.
But Selena lover.
Yeah.
Even know how toxic that situation was.
I love Selena. I'm glad Selena's doing good now.
Yeah,
by the way,
with Benny.
She looks very happy. So
Yeah.
I'm happy for her.
It's such an odd matchup, but it works. Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, everyone was like, "You're dating him," but now everyone's like, "Wow, I can see why you're dating him now."
Also, too, like he's a collaborator with Justin. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, you told me.
But very odd matchup. But they're both happy. Apparently Justin's happy. Hailey was like, "Don't believe all these lies and stuff." She's like, "I don't know why everybody hates me. It's hard to see." So it's like, it is hard, I'm sure, to see all the hate.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
if everything is going fine, but also too, it's none of our business, whatever their relationship is.
Yeah,
like.
so stop talking. I'm joking.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I wish them all well.
Yeah.
But also I just want to just go on quick is in the podcast industry. Mr. Jason and Travis Kelce, big football bros, brothers for life. They love each other.
You mean Taylor Swift's boyfriend?
No. That's the thing. Travis Kelce was already a prominent figure. So, like, they always say that with Simone Biles and her husband, like, oh, it's because he's a football player. It's always Simone's husband first and then football player. But Travis he had a TV show prior. What was the show called? I watched it. Chasing Kelce, where he would have like a bachelor-esque show where someone was trying to date him and stuff. So Travis was already a prominent figure. They're both future Hall of Fame football players in their positions, and they're allegedly looking to ink $100 million podcast deal.
That's insane.
That's a lot of money. So it's split like 50-50. So Jason gets 50, Travis gets 50. But a lot of people are saying obviously they're going to get it because they have a huge podcast. Podcasts make massive amounts of money.
And he's Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Yeah. But so it's obviously a football geared podcast where they go over highlights and football news.
Yeah.
And then people were saying, like, well, it really, really took off, like, when Taylor kind of came in the picture, and they talked about more stuff. But there's been some backlash saying this is not the best football podcast out there. Why are they getting the big deal? And
well, I'm not into
it's only a 1-week episode podcast, and they want to get $100 million deal for one episode a week.
For how long, though?
They like usually contracts.
Like a year or something?
A year, but it depends.
Do you know how much Joe Rogan got? I forgot how much he got paid.
I don't know.
But
I know the Call Me Daddy girl. I don't remember the exact number or how long, but I believe it came out to like $60 million a year, or that was a total. I don't remember.
I think one episode a week isn't that standard.
At that, like, I feel like typically if you just have podcast centric job, you do multiple shows a week. Like H3,
I guess. Yeah.
Always going live and podcasts. I believe Joe Rogan has. I just see his clips. I don't even go on Spotify and listen.
Yeah, I don't have Spotify.
So, but I believe it's multiples.
But I mean, I don't watch.
I'm just reading the time.
I don't watch like football, like podcasts, and I've never watched it. I haven't even watched Travis's one, but if you're telling me like if I wanted to watch like football highlights and football like advice and stuff,
you would go to.
I would want to hear it from a guy who's professional.
Yeah.
One of the best in this field. You know what I mean?
A lot of there in any sport, but particularly football, there's a lot of people who have podcasts and people don't like it when they podcast in season because they say it's like a distraction.
Yeah, I can see why.
It's hard to have like a popular podcast and
because
then
you want to stay like
NFL
locked
drop.
in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a boxing camp. Boxing camp, you want to stay locked in and what's happening.
But it was like fun to like. I would watch the clips of Travis and Jason. There was an episode where Jason walked off the show because I mean they're in 2 different locations, by the way. It's like a
Zoom.
It's like a Zoom. There's no set or anything.
Conference call.
And they're brothers. It gets heated, and Jason walked off one episode. So it's like, I can't believe Jason Kelce walked off the podcast because they got into a brother fight, argument, whatever it was. But I love their relationship personally. Like,
yeah, they're bros.
Without Jason, Travis is not in the NFL. Because Travis is, so his story was, he was in college, got kicked off the team because he's out partying, not being the example. And Jason's like, please just give him another chance. Gave him that chance. Now the draft comes along. Jason's already drafted by the Eagles. Andy Reid's the head coach. Time for Travis to get drafted. Andy Reid is now the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. So he calls up Jason's like, hey, we're up. Tell me everything about Travis. And whatever Jason said, and he's like, okay, we're picking him.
Travis is lucky to have a brother like that.
Picked Travis, so now Jason gets drafted by Andy Reid, whatever, or I don't know, he was on the team. Andy Reid's head coach now. Travis is on the team Andy Reid's coaching. Won multiple Super Bowls with Andy Reid. Now they're both future Hall of Famers. So
yeah, it's crazy. He's lucky to have a brother like that to like stick out for him and like you know what I mean, like if
really
if he didn't have him, he probably wouldn't have.
He ruined it. He got off the team. I think lost his scholarship in college, and then Jason's like, please just give him a chance.
It's about who you know.
Yeah. So because Jason, I mean, has the typical older brother like vibes, like leadership. He's straightforward. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. And also seeing, too, like, because obviously you had the big Super Bowl, Eagles versus the Chiefs, where it was, like, 2 brothers in the Super Bowl. I think the first ever, I believe. So their parents, like, their mom had, like, a jacket, half Eagles, half Chiefs on it. And it's, like, whoever wins, it's, like, we're happy for either side. Obviously, it sucks if you win,
that must have been funny. Because, like, if I were to verse my brother, I'd be like, it would be, like, I don't know, like...
It's, like, extra competition.
It's just funny, but, like, versing your brother, like, oh, I'm going to win. Like, no, I'm going to win. You know what I mean? That's not, like, I don't care who wins, but...
Even, like, last playoff run last year, like, to see Jason, like... Because they got eliminated, the Eagles, earlier on. And then, obviously, the Chiefs made it to Super Bowl and won. But just to see Jason in the crowd of the remaining playoff games was just so fun to watch. But him with Taylor Swift, just go, like, cheering up the crowd. He ripped off his shirt, drinking a beer with the fans.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I think they should get the deal.
Yeah, I mean, they're professionals. They're the best at what they do. I'm one of the best at what they do.
Did you hear that?
And, yeah, that was your foot.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was.
Oh, okay.
But they're one of the best at what they do, and they provide advice on, at their level, so... Yeah, I wouldn't see why they wouldn't. Plus, he's Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Shut up.
Everyone knows who he is.
Yeah. All right.
Like, outside of the football world, everyone knows who he is just because of that.
Like I said, he was well known prior. He had his own TV show.
Never heard of it.
Jason Kelce, go watch it. I watched mine. She's like, he is so cute. He's a very physically and just personality very attractive person. So. I like the vibes. They match well. Taylor and him. Where's the ring? They need to speed it up.
Have babies?
Apparently, allegedly, there's a secret engagement. They're engaged, but I don't believe it.
A baby that can play football and sing at the same time?
Yeah, it's a very talented child. So, I want you to finish us off. Our last topic of the night.
Which is?
Netflix involved.
Oh,
did you read the notes?
Yes, I did. We're different order, so... I'll talk about Squid Games. Squid Games season 2 and 3, the final season, got announced. What are your opinions on it?
So I saw the mini trailer. I don't know if it's the same. I saw this trailer where it's like kind of cropped and you just see people falling.
Yeah, it's
And then it zooms into the
they're on a track, they're running, they fall.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they
pass.
they get neutralized. Yeah.
Yes.
And then it goes to the game master or whatever.
I kind of get like I feel like since it was such a short trailer and not much happened, like I get it because it's just like a sneak peek.
It wasn't a good trailer though.
No, it wasn't a good trailer,
Didn't get me hyped.
especially waiting this long for the new season. And then also at the end of it says, I believe on the end of it, or it was just in like the bio saying season 3, 2025.
Yeah, I kind of don't like that they said that because obviously when you're watching a show,
I don't want to think about the last season.
I don't want to know. Okay, the main character isn't gonna do what he wants this season. We don't know that. Yeah, but I know there's gonna be more. I know that something's like whatever happens this season. I know it's not gonna like resolve. You know what I mean? I know there's gonna be extra. I know there's gonna be a cliffhanger.
Yeah, so I had a theory because there's been photos of. Do you remember his name, the main character?
No, it's 3 years ago.
So the main character has photos of him in the jumpsuit again. So I'm thinking, my theory is it going to be a catching fire moment, Hunger Games, where the winners of the game are kind of put back in the pot? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Also, I was confused.
Also to have I'm thinking over 600 contestants, 600 games, how many years is it going on, do they say?
What do you mean?
Because say my theory were to come true, or unless they're just mixed into the mix of people.
Yeah.
The winners have to go into the game again. But, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I wanted to say that I think it's. I mean, obviously we don't know anything about season 2, but it's kind of weird because it ended with him with red hair.
Yeah.
Season 1.
I didn't even remember that until you told me.
Yeah, because it was just such a weird thing. Why? I mean, I think it symbolized something, but I was like,
it symbolizes because
he's a changed man.
No, because he is now because the red people in the suits are helpers. He's now part of this in some way.
Yeah, but it's
he's
weird.
Not the leader in command.
It's weird because they said since he beat the game, he can become game master, one of the people
So I'm thinking he doesn't obviously want to do that. He doesn't want to continue the game, so he's still a pawn in the game somehow.
Yeah, but so to defeat the game or to stop the games, he decided to be a pawn, or
no, it's just a symbol.
No, but I'm saying because he's
you
wearing.
Can't stop the game.
He's wearing a jumpsuit, so he's.
No, I'm saying in the season 1.
Yeah.
Where he has the red hair, it's symbolic that he's not going to be able to stop this. He's still a pawn in the game. It's not up to him.
He's still being controlled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then in the picture, he cut his hair. He has normal black or brown hair.
Yeah.
And yeah, who knows what's gonna happen? I don't know how he's gonna stop the game if he's playing the game.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it is. I feel like it could have been.
Maybe he's gonna try to sabotage it or something. I don't know.
I feel I don't even think, just from what I know already, they don't need a season 3. But we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean that's why I said I don't like it. Now we know that there's been left off in a cliffhanger. Whether he wins or loses, there's another character that becomes the main character, or whatever it becomes. We know that it's gonna end with a cliffhanger.
Did it say when season 2 was coming?
December.
December, yeah.
December, and then the next one is just next year.
I also saw they already have the ad out for the competition game, season 2. What was that called?
Competition game?
The reality
show. I think it's
Squid.
I think it's just called the same thing, just reality show.
Oh yeah, so I might send in my audition tape. I was going to the first season, and then it was oh, you have to send in video. I was I won't do that.
Oh, imagine you got in.
I would lose the first round.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think.
And also too, say I let down, I'm not good with mental games. I don't like to be. I don't have a good poker face. I don't like to be a traitor and all that stuff. So I would just ultimately fail because, was it Mai? Was her name?
Oh yeah, Mai.
She had a very you think, oh, she's sweet, but she was really corrupt in her mind. But she won. That's how you win. Is you have to play the mind games. And I'm not good at that.
I think I'm good at that. Whenever we played what is it called? Among Us, my friends.
Among Us.
Yeah, I was like.
But you're also on mic. You're not on video.
No, but I'm serious. Like we played a game called Wolves with my brother. It's the same concept.
But it's different seeing a face than a voice.
No, but I played Wolves with my brother. It's like it's a
Yeah.
card game. We were playing in front. Same thing, and but yeah.
Do you think Mr. Beast does season 2 of his show?
Huh?
When he replicated Squid Game.
Okay. You think?
Do you think Mr. Beast is gonna have a season 2?
No.
Version?
No.
No?
I think what he's trying. His main focus is Beast games.
Yeah, I think he's done with you. Like
Done with like.
done with YouTube.
Squid Games. No, I don't think he's done with YouTube.
No,
I think
primarily, because all his like content now is so I feel like
it's
so
almost
repetitive.
the same. Yeah, because
Okay.
it's so like it's cool what he does, but it's like so.
Especially with the controversies, I can't say that word
Yeah.
too. Like
Yeah.
I feel like he's just gonna go different fields. Like he has Feastables. He
Gonna-
has a new
He's
show.
gonna take a little break. Not break, but he's gonna like.
It's not gonna be his main priority.
He's gonna stay quiet,
Yeah.
and then once he gets all the information out with whatever, I think he's gonna like have a response to what's happening.
Hmm. Yeah, I just don't feel like it's gonna be his priority anymore.
And it's kind of crazy how Beast Games kind of became a topic, and then Squid Game season 2 got like revealed.
Hmm.
Kind of like planned.
Do you think well, had they said like when Beast Games was gonna be released?
No, they didn't say. I don't think.
Like, what if it never makes it?
I was thinking that because there's so much controversy, and like obviously or like Netflix, Amazon Prime, they don't like that type of stuff.
Well, from what we said last week, these contestants, whomever they end up being, was the first people who got kicked off, or the show's already completely filmed because like the NDA might be up or whatever. Like, obviously, there's people who has played the game already. It's already within enough production where it's been filmed. I don't know if they'd axe it. I think like they just let it out and then cancel it at this point.
Yeah, we'll see how. I mean, I think either way, it's gonna get views. It's gonna get clicks because of Mr.
Yeah.
Beast.
All the kids,
Everyone
like
knows who he is.
people in our messages, there was someone who like said like a lot of curses and didn't even know how to type. I'm like, is this a child?
Yeah.
Over on a Mr. Beast clip. I'm like, sweetie, we didn't even say anything bad about him.
Yeah.
Just talked about him.
We haven't said anything bad about.
Yeah, I was like on the edge of both sides. I'm like, this girl said whatever, but I'm like, oh, but how can you expect not to do physical activity in a competition show? Like, I had Beast's side, but I don't know more's to come out that can change, but I feel like it was very in the middle.
Yeah, it's very, you kind of stay open-minded to what might be, because at the end of the day, these are all rumors and speculations and alleged, and we're not 100%. Even though a lot of people are coming forward, and it's probably true. We weren't there. We don't know 100%.
We'll see what happens.
People like attention, so people always, tell us talk.
I actually did have one more topic that I missed. If I want to go over
What's
quick.
up?
What is that sound? The fridge. That's crazy. It feels like we're getting abducted by aliens. But just really quick, to close this out, is the Jonathan Majors comments on Dr.Doom. Cause what did he play? Kong? Something? Kang?
Something. I don't. Like I told you, I stopped watching Marvel.
So obviously Jonathan Majors had gotten canceled. If we want to say he got canceled, because no one gets canceled, but over his situations a year ago.
I said he got canceled because
he's lost jobs.
Obviously, yeah, lost job. That's what I mean. Yeah.
But so he was TMZ kind of was like, how do you feel of, Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. Doom? Was like, I'm kind of upset because essentially Dr. Doom being added into the MCU kind of replaces Kang as the villain in the MCU, right? At least for right now. So I understand, hey, this could have been me, still in the movies. If you're in the MCU, your success, skyrockets.
Yeah,
you know
Marvel, and it's just so big. Especially, like the bigger movies, like Endgame, like Thanos, you know what I mean? That's the bigger villains that you get a lot of, credibility and
too, you're kind of locked in. You have your own movie, right? And then the whole collaborative movies as well. Iron Man had how many movies plus all the Avengers and stuff?
So many. You see, it's like Tom Holland too. Whenever you see them, you think of Spider-Man or Iron Man.
You sign on. I think you have a contract. Tom Holland, I think have maybe a 6-movie deal. for X amount of money. So it's like how many Spider-Mans plus the Avengers movies combined is like your 6-movie deal.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I mean, it's also good for them. They get consistent work.
I know.
You know,
Just like it's good to be a superhero.
The movies are very, you know, like a lot of people love them. So.
And I also too like I feel like I don't watch them, so I can't like pinpoint anything. But I feel like you don't have to be the best actor to potentially be in a Marvel movie. Because just like the hype around. Obviously, you want to be good.
I mean, you want to be good.
You don't have to be the best. But the list of people that are the actors in there are really good actors. So.
Yeah. I mean, people. I mean, like you said, either way, you have to be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think what you're saying is right. I mean, that's what people say anyways, because like people, a lot of kids watch it because you know Spider-Man's in it, Iron Man's in it. It's not like you know, when we watch a movie on like a movie that's like Thriller or something or a different movie, it's more based on how they act. Because if they act badly, you know what I mean. There's
it shifts a lot. I feel like
there's no explosion or like
leverage
spider web that distracts you. You know what I mean? It's very you know.
It's not the main point of the movie, I guess. Like the acting, you're not really focused on it. But that's all I have for this week. One more?
No, not one more. We didn't finish the Kang situation.
Oh, okay.
So Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Mayer.
I obviously feel bad for him in a way that like he lost his opportunity, but he did
the deed.
Allegedly beat up his woman, his girlfriend or wife. I'm not sure. Abuse his wife, and you know people are saying, well, maybe next time you shouldn't have beating up your wife. You know. And
maybe not abuse women.
Yeah.
Vice versa. He was.
Yeah, I mean, it was both ways, and like, you know, so.
So we wish him well.
Yeah.
Get the help he needs. Figure it out.
Yeah, and that's such like a big role too. I don't blame him for feeling the way.
But also too, like he was on the magazine covers. He was kind of blowing up, and then all that happened. But it happens. Just be a good, solid human being.
Yeah.
Don't put your hands on people.
When you get famous, don't like randomly.
Unless someone's fighting you. Do not fight somebody else.
Yeah.
So that's it. We'll close off with that. Nice closing statement. So we'll see you next week on the FM podcast with
Fredy
and Nicole.
See ya.